I used to treat calorie labels like they were receipts from my body. One protein bar, 220 calories. One bowl of cereal, 180 calories. One ready meal, 430 calories. The number looked scientific, so I assumed it was exact. But the deeper I looked, the stranger the story became. A calorie label is not a live measurement of what your body will absorb. It is an estimate built from averages, serving sizes, rounding rules, lab methods, food structure, and digestion. And that matters, because millions of people are trying to control hunger, fat loss, energy, and health by staring at one number that looks much more precise than it really is. Today, I am going to show you why calorie labels can lie to you, why the lie is not always fraud, and how to use labels without being controlled by them. The first problem is that the calorie number on a label is usually not measured inside a human body. Most food energy values are built from the old Atwater system. Protein is treated as roughly 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrate is treated as roughly 4. Fat is treated as roughly 9. That system is useful. It gave nutrition science a common language, but it is still a model. It does not know how much you chewed. It does not know your gut bacteria. It does not know whether the food is whole, chopped, cooked, powdered, or turned into a smooth paste. It does not know whether that same food will leave your stomach slowly or disappear almost instantly. The label also has legal tolerance built into it. In the United States, calorie labels are regulated, but the system allows analytical variability. A food can be treated as misbranded if the measured calories in a composite sample are more than 20% above the declared value. That does not mean every label is wrong by 20%. It means the law itself accepts that labels are estimates, not magic numbers. This is the first part of the body lie. The package speaks with certainty, but your biology works in ranges, so when someone says, just count calories, the idea is not useless. Energy balance matters, but the number on the packet is not the same thing as the energy your body finally receives. The label is a map. It is not the territory. The second problem is food structure. This is where calorie labels become even more misleading, because two foods can have the same labeled calories and behave differently in the body. I found one of the clearest examples in research on almonds. In a controlled feeding study, scientists compared the energy predicted by standard Atwater factors with the energy people actually absorbed. The standard calculation put a 28-gram serving of almonds around 168 to 170 calories. The measured metabolizable energy was closer to 129 calories. The reason was not that almonds are magic. It was structure. Whole nuts have cell walls. Some of the fat stays trapped inside those walls and leaves the body without being absorbed. But process that same food into almond butter, and more of the energy becomes available. Same ingredient, different structure, different result. This is why Dr. Giles, in Why Calories Don't Count, argues that calories matter, but the way we access them matters too. Your body does not burn food like a bomb calorimeter. It digests food through a messy biological process. Cooking can make some calories more available. Grinding can make some calories more available. Ultra-processing can make food easier to chew, faster to eat, less work to digest, and more rewarding. In a tightly controlled NIH inpatient trial led by Dr. Kevin Hall, people ate more energy and gained weight on an ultra-processed diet compared with an unprocessed diet, even when the offered meals were matched for calories, sugar, fat, fiber, and macronutrients. The important point is not that one study explains everything. The point is that food form changes behavior. A label can tell you the approximate energy in the serving. It cannot tell you how fast you will eat it, how full you will feel, or how much more you will want afterward. That is the hidden trap. The label counts calories. Your body responds to food. The third problem is serving size. This is the part people notice only after they start reading labels carefully. A bag of granola might show calories for a small serving, but the bowl you actually pour may be twice that amount. A bottle may look like one drink, but the label may be split into servings. A tablespoon of peanut butter is not the same as the spoonful people dig out when nobody is watching. The FDA itself says serving size is based on the amount people customarily consume. It is not a recommendation of how much you should eat. That distinction is important, because the front of the package can make a food feel controlled. Only 120 calories. Light. High protein. Low fat. No added sugar. But the real question is not, What does the label say per serving? The real question is, how much will I actually eat, and how will this food affect my hunger? This is where calorie labels can quietly mislead people who are genuinely trying. They choose the snack that looks lighter, but it does not satisfy them. They choose the low-calorie breakfast, but it leaves them hungry 2 hours later. They choose the diet dessert, but it keeps the craving loop alive. The label was not necessarily fake. It was incomplete. So what should you do with calorie labels? Do not ignore them, but do not worship them. Use labels for comparison, not confession. If you are choosing between two similar foods, the label can help. It can show you protein, fiber, added sugar, sodium, and energy density. It can expose the snack that looks small but carries a lot of energy. But after that, look at the food itself. Is it mostly whole or heavily processed? Does it contain enough protein to keep you full? Does it have fiber and texture, or does it disappear in seconds? Will you eat the labeled serving, or will the real portion be much bigger? And most importantly, does this food help you stop eating, or does it make you want more? That is the practical rule. Labels are useful for awareness. Food quality is useful for appetite. Your actual portion is useful for reality. If fat loss is the goal, the better strategy is not to chase perfect math. It is to build a pattern where the numbers become easier to manage because the food keeps you satisfied. Protein first, fiber second, whole foods when possible, ultra-processed foods less often, liquid calories with caution, serving sizes checked against what you actually eat. That is not as exciting as a perfect tracking formula, but it is closer to how the body works. Calorie labels do not lie because every company is evil. They lie because they look exact in a system that is not exact. They turn food into a clean number while your body sees structure, texture, processing, appetite, habit, and reward. So use the label, learn from it. But do not let it become the whole truth. The number on the package is only the beginning of the investigation. If you want to dig deeper, look at Why Calories Don't Count by Dr. Giles, Burn by Dr. Herman Pontzer, and the research on Atwater factors, food processing, and metabolizable energy.